Hi, Stephanie. This is Belinda from Belinda Lee Briggs Web Design. I'm going to walk you through your new web design today. This is completely just from a design perspective and ensuring that we got the proper functionality. I'm not going to show you how anything works today. That's something that we'll do at our kickoff meeting where I show you how to connect everything and get started with updating your own site. And for now, we're just looking at the design, making sure we're on the right track and making sure we've met all of the requirements and have all the functionality you need. So the very first thing is I'm going to be following along the web design strategy that I created for you, and I'm going to be starting off on actually the sitemap, the back page, just to make sure we've hit all the pages you wanted. So starting off from the home page, this is your home page. We've got a welcoming message with your upcoming events highlighted, um, a little key message to your readers to let them know they're in the right place, and articles from the blog. How to stay in touch with Restored. This will be your Instagram feed, and it's going to be 4 blocks, and it should pretty well fill this area once it's connected. It just shows this image because it's not connected at this point. This section highlights your partners, and when someone clicks here, they're going to be brought to a page that shows who your partners are. And then down here are some calls to action that are critical on any site. And what we want to do is encourage them to just get started. And so providing them links to come to an event, to read a few articles. These articles are tagged with the category of get started. And so what they are articles that you've selected that you think are great beginning articles for someone just coming to your community. And then finally, we have them taking the option to join the newsletter. And then finally, in the footer, we've got some links to some key information that's also provided at the top of the site, your social links, the ability to search through the website to find anything that they might be looking for, and the ability to sign up for your newsletter, as well as your copyright statement, and then a little credit here for my web design work. This footer shows on every single page, so having that option to sign up for the newsletter will always be there for them. Okay, so moving back to the top, we have events. And here we're presenting not only upcoming events, but when you don't have any upcoming events, we will be able to see that there were past events. And it will show those along here on the bottom. And when there are more than 3, they'll be able to scroll through and see what's there. Okay, and the reason why this is off to the side is it's creating a little visual interest, making some of the images smaller and larger. And if you added another event, it would continue to populate through this area, giving it kind of a nice magazine lookout, really nice and eye-catching. These are photos from your clients, and this one is a stock photo that I grabbed. Okay. And to walk you through the next step of that, I'm going to show you what an individual event looks like. So here you go. It provides all the information, the date, the time, the location, the ticket prices here, and they simply go through. This is actually your Acuity. It tells how many spots are left. You can set this number over on Acuity. It gives a start time again. So they sign up, they provide all of their information, they check out, they get a confirmation, and then over on Acuity you would set up all of the emails around confirmation and even a feedback email after the event if you were trying to collect testimonials or just get feedback on the speaker. Okay. And then we have the blog, or what we're calling articles. And as you can see, these are just fake articles with fake lorem ipsum in them. But what's great about them is that this is where those categories come in. And so I recommend that you only put maybe 2 or 3 categories at most on every article, and you be consistent, only have maybe 12 to 15 categories on your whole site. Make it easy for people to navigate. So this is that Get Started tag. And right now, so now when someone clicks on the home page about getting started on the blog, they would only get those posts, they would come directly to this page, to the Get Started. Okay. Next we have the speaker section. And these forms definitely need to be a little more filled out, but this lets someone inquire about speaking at a restored event. And you'll have the ability to add a drop down here if you want to compartmentalize topics or provide additional information. Um, the one thing we did want to do with your MailChimp account was enable an automated email to come back with them with information about speaking. You could provide details about the timing and anything else that you wanted to give them. Unfortunately, I wanted to do that through MailChimp, but MailChimp doesn't let you create automations at the level of the MailChimp account you're at. So that's something we could talk about if it becomes important to you to have this automated. When you're only having 1 or 2 inquiries a month, it's not too bad to have a canned email in your mail program that you use to respond, but it does make it nice. So it's something we can talk about. The next form is about asking you to speak. And the same thing, we can definitely provide more information here. These can go to a Google spreadsheet, they can go to your inbox, and then once you upgrade MailChimp, you could have them also go to MailChimp and get an automated response if you wanted to do that. Finally, we have the press page. And any of these pages, if you don't have testimonials yet, they can be disabled until you're ready, and then they'll be hidden. We just have some testimonials here. You can definitely add images. We could, when you're ready and you have some images and text ready, we could actually change this to a gallery that people can flip through and see. So it's a little more dynamic. Okay, and then we have your press clipping section here. Now, for some clients, they actually use a blog to keep their testimonials in when they have that many, and it just automatically gets populated with an image and a blurb from the blog, and then when they click it, I like for them to get the full article. The reason why is because a lot of websites don't keep their articles up forever, and then you end up with a dead link to an article that doesn't exist anymore. So that is also an option if you have quite a few press pieces. We would create a blog, you would copy the information from the press piece onto the blog, and then you would credit and link back to the source. That's the right thing to do as far as crediting is concerned, and it's also good for your site because outgoing and incoming links all add to what I like to call your Google clout, and Google likes that and thinks a lot of you. But for a real simple in the press that only has a handful of pieces, this works really well. Okay, moving right along, we have the Media Kit page. And this Media Kit right now is blank. And you can definitely fill it however you want, or we could provide a download button for a Media Kit if that's what you prefer. Finally, we have the About pages. We have About Restored, and I just copied and pasted your text from Restored and then gave them a nice call to action here to join an event. You want to have some sort of call to action on every page. And then About Stephanie, I actually grabbed your profile from over on the Vendrali site, and what I did was I bumped up the information about Restored. Okay, finally we have a simple contact page. And again, this can go to your email inbox, but you could also store them if you wanted to on a Google spreadsheet. And then finally, I have the Join Us link. It's honestly just the events, but I love having this call to action. It feels really welcoming. And of course, it's not going anywhere right now. But where it's intended to go is this events page. So let's just hop back around to the home page. So here we go, and you are, this link brings you to the upcoming events page. These all launch events specifically instead of just going to the events page, they actually jump right into the specific event for you. And again, when there are multiple events, there'll actually be a little arrow here so someone can get through all of your events without leaving the home page. Finally, just a little statement I found in your About page. And again, we're doing that, adding a call to action at every section, because if someone gets down here and they read this and they're really struck, we want to encourage them to take some action here. And remember that each one of these segments, especially on a mobile phone, only this piece is going to be on the phone. They're not going to see all the other pieces as they're scrolling through. These each bring you to the specific article over on the blog. And your images don't have to be this big. There is a functionality called a spacer where you could add spacers on either side to decrease the dimensions of that image. And also, all of these links are sharing links, and we can definitely remove some of these if you don't want them all there. But they are all pretty small, and so people can choose their sharing tool of their choice. Okay, and it has the ability to navigate between blog posts, and the same functionality happens over on events, that people can navigate from event to event. Okay, this is your Stay in Touch with Restored on Instagram, and when they click these, they'll bring them over to Instagram. This is our partner section, and then when they click anywhere on there, they'll be brought to this page. And again, you can include images here with each partner page if you'd like to do that, and whatever text you want. Okay, back out to the home page. And so a little talk about color. I'd initially said, maybe we don't want to use this blue and we might want to use pink, but as I started to apply the pink, I realized that the blue up here looked really dynamic with your logo. And so I opted to go with the blue calls to action across the site. And so this whole section is blue because this is what we really want them to engage with. And there are no buttons here, so this is a great application of your primary color. Then we jump down here, you're starting to see the pink pulled in. And we bring that pink in through here. And then you've also seen this other green that I brought in, just to add a little more dynamic color. So this would be your third level supporting color, is this green. Okay, our calls to action again. This will bring you to the event page. This will bring you to a page that has just the Get Started articles. And then this brings you to a newsletter sign up page. And here you can kind of provide an offering of what people can expect in that newsletter. I think I'm actually going to bump up the padding here if I can. But again, I'm just applying that light pink just to draw their eye over here to get them to go ahead and sign up. And I think that's it. Okay, so hopefully this one provided you everything you need, but send me your notes back and any of your questions, and we'll get to that next step.